In search of a financial opportunity to pay off student loans, a young Black American woman moves to South Korea to work. As the author, Bootsy W. recalls culture shock and fun adventures in a country far from home. She's also faced with anti-Black racism and featureism, quickly learning that white supremacy is practiced not only by whites, but by those that are categorized as people of color. Based on her 10 years of living abroad, the book, Ago Igo, compares and contrasts Korea versus the United States on subjects such as code, communal living, racism, effective protests, global alliances, warrior class, music, political correctness, health, aging, money, and the coronavirus. This blunt memoir is uncomfortable, humorous, and educational. Help fight propaganda and mainstream agendas by picking up a copy of Ago Igo on Amazon.com.
You know, I want to share a video from Sista Juliet from the Blackset channel. And what Sista Juliet is talking about in this video is a harsh reality on the African continent when it comes to the diaspora trying to go back to the continent in some instances. Now, I'm gonna give my opinion behind this and just really what it is, and why maybe some of this is happening this way. But let me go ahead and roll her clip, and I want to follow up behind her on a few things that she's saying. So let's roll that.
We are Africans coming back home, and that is very important. And today we want to send a message to all of our colleagues in Parliament. We want to send a message to all of our colleagues in the State House. And we have a particular affectionate message for our President. And the message to our President is that we would love to have an audience with His Excellency Adama Barrow. We are a part of this society. We are a part of this community. And we are a part of Africa. You are us and we are you. There is no separation between us. If we hadn't have been taken, our ancestors had not have been taken in slavery, we would not have had to make this journey. We did not have a choice. We were taken by force. And 400 years to wait for a welcome is too long. It's too long. There needs to be facilities put in place for us. We've gone through trauma, pain, racism, discrimination. We've gone through poverty. Many of our brothers and sisters cannot even make it back, not even for a visit. So we're privileged ones, and let's all appreciate the fact that we are privileged just to be here today. But we need our voice to be heard. That is why we are requesting an audience with His Excellency Adama Barrow. It's important for 4 reasons. Inclusion. We are here and we are not going to disappear, and more of us are coming. We want equal rights. We do not want to be treated as others or outsiders. We want equal rights. We want there to be investments that are interesting for us. We do not want to have rights taken away from us. We want to be investing here on an equal basis and an equal footing as Gambian residents, as those that are Gambian citizens. We do not want to be discriminated against anymore. And we do not want to wait 15 years to become citizens. It is not fair and it is not right. We are Africans too. Inward investment is important for the development of Gambia. We all see it and we all know it. And we want to do it. So let's make it inviting for us. That's what we're asking for. And that's why we want to sit down with the president. We want to have proper business development in order to address the opportunities here, including things like upcycling, recycling, pyrolysis, agro development, agro processing. We need to be integrated into this society. We don't want to be an invisible minority. And it's important that we also work and we are upholding all of the laws and we are law-abiding citizens here in the Gambia. We want to learn the language and the culture, but we refuse to be ignored any further, and we feel as though we're being ignored. I want to give a thank you to the Vice President, Her Excellency, Dr. Aissatou Toure, who took time to talk to us. We have asked for one day, just a welcome, give us a welcome, and just one day to commemorate our ancestors. One day. One day? One day. Give us a Kunte Kinte public national holiday. Give us a Kunte Kinte public national holiday. You have public holidays to recognize nearly everybody, down to even the person who commissioned the slave ships, but nothing for us. And we refuse to be ignored any further. That is the reason why we need unity in the community. We need to look at our culture. We have been robbed of our culture, robbed of our language, robbed of our family, robbed of our legacy, robbed of our heritage. And when we come back, we do not want to be seen as outsiders anymore. We were outsiders over there. We do not need to be outsiders here. Ghana, $1.9 billion raised in less than 1 year. $1.9 billion raised in less than 1 year. I'm going to say it one more time. $1.9 billion raised in less than 1 year. Why? Because you open the door to your family, your African descendants. You open the door to us. I sat down with this gentleman here who is esteemed. And I have respect and I will bow to you, sir. Because when your people were in a time of need, our people were in a time of need, you were there walking with us together as family. And you know what he said? We are one. Let's change the Constitution to remember us. Because we're not included. This can be done via a private member's bill. And so we are asking for a private member's bill to be sponsored in order to effect this change. We don't have 5 years to wait. We don't have 10 years to wait. We have been waiting for an audience with the president since the 27th of December 2019. We have seen everybody come and get an audience with the president but us. All different faction groups and nations and nationalities. So it's important that today we have unity in the community, and that means equal rights and inclusion. We want to be seen as Gambians, and we want to be recognized as Africans. It's very, very important. Citizenship is not just about having a passport. It's about security, financial security. When your house you have paid how much million for is secure, when the money in your bank is secure, when your child's education is secure, where everything you do is secure and you feel anchored in the country that you are in, you feel wanted in the country that you are in, and you feel included in the country that you are in. So citizenship is crucial, and it cannot be swept under the carpet any further. It needs to be dealt with. And I know that it is on the hearts and minds of our MPs, but we need now to have action.
Now, Sister Juliet is in the Gambia. And the Gambia is, you know, there's not all the countries. It's the Gambia. She lives there. She left the UK when she was treated horribly in the UK by, you know, racist. And she just packed up, left, went to the Gambia with her family. She's happy there. She loves it there. She built a home there, her and her husband. You know, they live in a great life. But Juliet, you know, feels that, okay, I'm living this great life. You know, there's no issues, no problems. I want to be a citizen of Gambia. But, you know, in a lot of African countries, the quickest way to citizenship is marriage. Well, not everybody is going to go get married. Some people is already married. So in their current law, the way it is, you have to wait 15 years before you could become a citizen, which is utterly ridiculous. Now, at the same time, this push about, you know, black people in the diaspora going back to the continent and, you know, becoming citizens is not a new conversation. It's not, people have done that in the past, but it's a little bit more louder now with the invention of social media, and you're seeing content creators going to the continent all the time, doing videos from the continent, you know, meeting people, being happy, even though that image shows a possibility, because content creators have changed what the white supremacists have put out there about the continent of Africa. Oh, it's poor, war-torn, AIDS, you don't want to be out there. And then content creators are literally destroying their propaganda every day. You know, we, you know, took 30 people to Kenya in 2019, okay, because people interested in wanting to go. But when it comes to citizenship, a lot of African governments have a lot. I'm telling you, I'm constantly watching what's going on in the continent. You have a lot of sellouts, and they sell out their own first. They, you know, sometimes get aid money, and they're supposed to be for the people, and then they just pocketing all the money. The people get nothing whatsoever. And the reason a lot of them want to come over here to the U.S. is because the politicians here, yeah, they steal money too, but they're at least faking enough where they're not being caught just taking everything. They're going to at least give you some roads and bridges and do a few things for you so you won't catch them taking everything, right? Keep you off their scent. At least that's the way they do it. But a lot of them jokers over there, they don't do that. This is why they want to come here to this country. They want to come here to work. They want to come here to make a life better than what some of them had over there. But our position, you know, going in with the American dollar and some of the education expertise that maybe some of them didn't have, we have a unique position there. Now, some of those governments, like, once again, they are sellouts. They want to follow everything Massa tell them to, some of them. Not, and I'm not saying all of them, because we was invited in 2018, you know, by leaders, you know, in Ethiopia. So, you know, not all of them. I met leaders in Kenya as well. And talked, even the ambassador for Kenya to the U.S. that came on this channel as part of a, you know, virtual event. Okay, so it's not all of them, but they don't focus on that. You understand what I'm saying? So some people may say, well, if this was Juliet saying, why would I want to go over there? Well, Amin Ra and many people told me this, and may he rest in power. He said, you can come over here if you want to on a visa, and as long as you're not causing trouble, you can stay here forever. You can work here, you can do everything here. They're not going to even bother you or check on you. And that could, and he did it. He did it over 20 some odd years. He wasn't no citizen of Kenya. He lived in Kenya until he died. Nobody deported him. But that's not the way people in the diaspora want to do it. They want to come in, they want to be citizens and participate in making the country great. And what I'm making this message mostly to the appeal to the young people on the continent, those of you who's going to change that, because you got the same problem that we got in the U.S. You know, you have a lot of, people who are part of that older, baby boomer generation that's still in control for the most part. And they holding on to that power. They won't let it go. A lot of you young brothers and sisters got great ideas. You want to take the continent to the next level. And so what I'm saying to you is, when you get power, which won't be long, trust me, these people are not going to last in power forever. When you get power, do like Ghana. Ghana made the right way. And this is why Ghana has gotten more black Americans even come there. It's because Ghana opened up the doors. Ghana, did a year of return. Ghana's done so many different things to help, but Ghana's kind of always been on that. That's not nothing new for Ghana, whatsoever, if you know the history of Ghana and everything. So Sierra Leone is another one that has opened up the doors for people to come in. Brothers and sisters are getting citizenship. Dynas Demir, he done took some people to Sierra Leone. And shout out to Dynas for doing that. Liberia is a country that black Americans would help establish. If anything, black Americans should go see, what they can do in Liberia, if anywhere else. So leaders don't discourage me, because I live in a country where, we're hated everywhere we go. Every time I go to the continent, it's welcome home, brother. We happy you're here. Why you need to stay with us? Bring your family, have everybody here with us. We need you. If the people rock with you, I'm a firm believer that, man, F a leader. I'm a firm believer that long as the people rocking with you. If the people not rocking with you, then you're gonna have a problem. And that's what I'm telling you. The grassroots, that's what you need to focus on. The local people there every day, what they say to you, because a politician get removed tomorrow. Now, my plan, what I've said, would be the right way to do for the diaspora would be permanent residency. As long as you pass a background check and all of that, because you don't want to let in just some old criminal. And when I mean by criminal, I mean some murderer, some rapist, something like that, right? If they pass a background check and they have a way to sustain themselves, right? Give them permanent residency. Let them be permanent residents. I say for at least 2.5 years, and then after 2.5 years, then let them go through the process of citizenship, but they should be citizens in no longer than 3 to 5 years. That's what I said. Okay. And any country that's willing to do that, then you're going to see the difference, right? Now, in the back of my mind, I say, okay, what is the fear of them doing that? Now, I'm really thinking in the back of my mind that them folks is behind the scenes telling them certain things they shouldn't do either. Because, if a leader starts talking too much, if a leader goes against the grain, if a leader say, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this is what I'm going to do, all of a sudden something kind of happens to you. Kind of like President Magufuli in Tanzania. That brother wasn't on, their messaging. He wasn't shutting down his country. He wasn't doing anything like that. And that didn't make them look too good when everybody over there in Tanzania doing their thing and everybody else is literally on house arrest. They didn't like that. So we already know, we've seen that happen a few times on the African continent when leaders take a stand for their people. So some of them scared of that. But it's better to, live and, die like a warrior than to live all your days like a coward. Who wants to do that? But for me, that's the next messaging that has to come. Okay, now everybody kind of going. Okay, cool, you're going. But now you got to go establish yourself, contribute to the economy, like by creating jobs. And then the messaging, I say, okay, citizenship has to be key. And I'm not discouraged by nothing Juliet is saying. I'm not, because I'm a firm believer of, like I said before, go to where you receive, go to where you want it. And if somebody don't want you, shake the dust off your feet and keep moving. The one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to fight with you about anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I got too much to offer to fight with you. So I'm going to go where somebody wants me. That's how I feel about anything in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up there and keep on telling you the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Now, everybody's fight is different, okay? And Juliet is doing great things. She did a project recently where she brought water to a particular village, and they greatly appreciated her for doing that. And I'm glad that we could be a part of that project as well. But none of this discourages me, not whatsoever, because from my experiences, I connected with the people. So as long as you connect with the people, that's all that counts. Now, of course, you're going to have your naysayers and critics. See, they don't want us over there. I don't care what no funky politician thinks. I don't care. So like I don't care what the American ones think either. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Just because listen, being black in America, nobody wanted any of you to do anything. They didn't want you to get an education. They didn't want you to get a job. They didn't want you to have a career. They don't want you to be an astronaut. They don't want you to be a chemist. They don't. All they wanted you to be on is down and destitute if it was up to them. And many of you have defied the odds and defied even them and done great things with your life. You have fought the white supremacists. So dealing with some of them politicians over there on that's nothing. That's why I say we are battle hardened here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that some people, it may get to their feelings. I talked to one sister and she said, it bothers me. I said, why did it bother you? I said, I got black Americans right here that don't like you. They don't like me either. Am I crying about it? No. I just don't fool with people that don't like me. I just move on, and we got to have that strength in us to do that. That we can't get our feelings hurt with certain things. We just can't. But leave me a comment. Let me just think about the situation with, our sister Juliet and her struggles on that. And I believe, she going to make a difference. I really do, because she's a fighter. She's definitely a fighter. And I know it's going to turn out very well for her and her family. What they're doing and what they're fighting for. But for me, when it comes to the African continent, I go where I am welcomed. I will not go anywhere where I'm not welcome. And I get messages from brothers and sisters every day like, hey, brother, you need to come just let me know when you're in the country, man. We can show you this, show you that, So, it's definitely never a shortage of invitations.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.